So Predator has taken over Wakanda, and the way that he does this is kind of wild, but it is also an indictment on Wakanda. So welcome back to Keepin' the Comic here, and we're diving into issue 1 of Predator versus Black Panther. Now, this story starts out by discussing two brothers of a rival clan of the Yautja, which many of you already knows is the alien species featured in the Alien vs. Predator franchises. Now, there was a rivalry between these two brothers where one was always looked at as superior and more favored by the father because he was bigger, he was stronger, and more mobile than the younger brother. The younger brother was not just weaker and smaller, but was also born with a missing leg. So the younger brother, to prove that he is worthy of honor, he proposed doing a duel that would put both the brothers' clans against each other to claim who would be able to claim the hunting grounds for themselves. Only thing is that the father once again showed who he favored. The father had a spear that was a prize trophy. It was said to have been able to absorb and expel kinetic energy. It was a vibranium weapon, a weapon won in a previous hunt on the Battle of Earth. So now the battle between brothers, it was not lengthy. At least they did not make it seem that way. But the thing is, the older brother also had an unfair advantage because he had the spear. The older brother decimated his clan, and instead of killing the younger brother, which would have been honorable, he chose to humiliate him by taking away his weapons, tying him up to a pole, and then just left him. I don't know, guys. Sibling rivalry is just always complicated, right? But the younger brother had taken some precautions just in case he had run into any type of issues, right? So he had integrated tech into his body to make himself stronger, and now was going to initiate phase 1 of his backup plan. First and foremost, although his current crew only had a few members left, he had a hidden ship that had more soldiers in it. The Predator wanted to continue to find ways to upgrade his body and the bodies of his clan. So he tasked them with hunting down and finding more vibranium. Now, back when he was attacked with the spear that his brother used, he was able to collect the kinetic signature of the vibranium used. He used that to scan the world to find a lock. So what he saw was that there were many locations that had small blips of it throughout the entire world, but was able to later zone in on where the mother lode was. And we know already that that is in Africa. Now, due to the Yautja's technology, they were able to not just locate the vibranium signature, but they were also able to see the energy dome that Wakanda uses to cloak their entire nation. Now, although the shield was stronger than any of their weapons, it was still able to be hacked by their advanced technology, which, considering that Wakanda has the greatest defense system on Earth, that should kind of tell you or give you enough of an idea here of the type of tech that the Yautja are using. So we finally get to take a look here at what is happening here in Wakanda. Both the Dora Milaje and the Atud Sarase are playing a game to see who will take over the palace duties for a month, which is basically a friendly little hunt that they have going on here. Now, whoever is able to tag Black Panther first, they win. Adversely, anyone who gets tagged by Black Panther is removed from the field and then returned to the ship. So the Atu are fairly confident, even making a remark that even the Black Panther is no match for them. To which Okoye is like, yo, listen, she takes a little bit of offense to this here. She's like, even we, the Dora, know that this is not just one man we're talking about, referring to the Black Panther, but explaining how the Black Panther is the living manifestation of the will and determination of every Wakandan. She gives a pretty good speech, right? Now, so as the hunt gets started here, the Black Panther surprises the Hatu, burying one of them under a tree. And then T'Challa continues to take down some of the Dora. But the best of them, though, Okoye, she ain't going down that easy. So they have a little bit of a back and forth here with words. T'Challa asks her if she is tired, to which Okoye mentions, like, this is kind of funny here. She's like, it's funny that you mentioned that, the one who needs a suit of vibranium to best me while saying this, right? Switch then leaves the little sister, being a menace as she always is, Shuri, to try and even the odds a little by deactivating Black Panther's suit. Looks like another sibling rivalry going on here. But listen, the reason why she did this, though, she wanted to prove a point, because she's trying to say how Wakanda needs to be more open and start to share their resources with people who need it in the outside world that don't have the vibranium suit or don't have a vibranium period, right? Now, while it does even the playing field here for Okoye a little bit, the man still does have the power of the heart-shaped herb and is still a damn good fighter and very smart, so it doesn't level it enough. Now, while T'Challa tells Shuri that, once again, although I appreciate this good-hearted gesture, it would leave our nation too vulnerable, so it's still not a good idea. So later on, right, Shuri takes T'Challa on a trip to visit where she calls this place the holy place, where currents flow together, which will make sense in a second. Trust me, it didn't really make much sense to me at first. Now, they meet up with this guy named Majikina, I hope I said that name right, who is a seer from the river tribe. So he explains how all water connects to other water, and what he sees is how humans are of one tribe and that many are suffering. 500 miles to the north, he mentions that a year-long drought is going on with raging grassland fires. And 1,000 miles east, there is a new virus making people cough their lungs out. And then in other areas, there's war, there's poverty, there's famine, and then there's also other diseases. So Shuri wants for T'Challa to okay Wakanda, helping the people in these areas by doing things like building hospitals, universities, using a vibranium power grid where they could use a kinetic railway. And then T'Challa's like, whoa, slow your roll, sis, because he's like, I'm gonna stop you right there, because vibranium is not a shareable resource. He's trying to explain to her that, listen, I'm not trying to be cruel here, but I am not just king of Wakanda, I am also protector of Wakanda and my people. And while he is saying this, you can see in the background that they're like little barrier to Wakanda is starting to get affected a little bit there, right? And then next you see where one of the Yachtjas, one of the Predators clan, is reading and scanning Shuri, the seer, and T'Challa as they speak. And then Black Panther, as he sees the birds and the fish moving sporadically, he finally starts to realize, whoa, something is wrong here. Then we see the Yachtja again, this time assessing T'Challa's suit, recognizing that his suit is made of the metal that they are looking for. So he sends out 2 of his soldiers to go and locate the source of the vibranium. But for the others, he's like, listen, y'all squad up, let's go, come along with me here, because we're about to go hunting. Then on the grounds, T'Challa goes to inspect what is going on, realizing that someone has made its way into Wakanda. He reaches out to Okoye to get her to be on alert, while we can see the Predator soldiers, they're like jumping down from their ships. And then T'Challa loses communication with her and is not able to get his full message across. They jammed the communications. So T'Challa goes up on a branch, completely unaware of the Predators around them, because they were using their cloaking technology, and they knock him down out of that tree. And he takes a massive, and I mean massive, fall, which leaves him to be swallowed up by a mud swamp. And as mentioned here, with a pretty damn decent head injury as well. Now, back at another location in Wakanda, oh my goodness, man, Shuri is taking matters into her own hands. She decides that she is going to pack up and take a plane with resources to another location, because she was radicalized by what she saw with that Maji shoulder. And she's also upset with her brother too. So she's doing this for a little bit of spite. Let's keep it real, right? Oh my goodness, Shuri, all the time, every time. Now, while she's on the ship, right, she reaches out to controls to have them open up the perimeter of the dome. Only thing is, another cloaked Predator pops into that cockpit in the control room, brutally murders the one that's in control. And then when Shuri was requesting confirmation on what he said, the Yachtja uses his technology to say, if we help others, then others are likely to help us. Only thing is, I believe that he said it and used it in her voice. So Shuri, she had been able to leave the dome, but recognizing that something was wrong after hearing that suspicious voice, right? She turns back. But here is the thing. the Yachtja had locked down the perimeter so that no one would be able to come back in, and she comes back in for re-entry, but this time the ship is met with some force and it blows up, having the ship falling directly to the ground. So now you ain't got no Shuri. You have no Black Panther. He's out there drowning in mud right now. Of course, he's gonna come back. The Yachtja are lurking, having made Wakanda their new hunting ground, and the Dora Milaje are next to be hunted in Wakanda. And at least momentarily, the Yachtja, yeah, Wakanda belongs to them. Now, for me personally, this is a good opening story here. I had a lot of fun reading this, of course. I cannot wait to cover the next issue here. Subscribe for more here on the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave a like here on this video. Join the Discord if you haven't done so already as well. And as always, guys, thank you so much for kicking it with Keepin' It Comic.